Hello everyone, welcome to Little Meatballs Nursery. I'm Sandra. Welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you're returning. This is Jack Preston, my portrait baby of my oldest son. And if you follow me, then you already know who he is because he's been here the longest, over 4 years now. So he is quite the special baby. So today, guys, I don't know. I wanted to pop on and do my Monday video, but I don't really have any set plans of a talk, really. Let's start with, guys, I must be going through menopause. It has to be. It has to be. There's too many things now lining up, okay? One is my skin is so bad. I've never in my life, all my life, I've had great skin. Okay, I've never had to use any extra things. My skin has always been nice and smooth and clear. I have been having such dry, scaly, peely skin all over my face, especially my nose, my chin. Now my cheeks are starting. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. I've been having to use moisturizer on my face before I do any kind of makeup because it's so bad, like that. It's just like a snake, like I'm shedding like a snake or something. I don't know. Maybe it's like, the rebirth or something. But it's crazy. Then not only that, my hair keeps falling out. I've never had issues with that. I did one time when right after Ethan was born, and I was having, the surgery, the other surgery and everything, and that's when I noticed like a lot of my hair coming out. After that, it went back to normal, and now lately, when I'm in the shower, I could see it. Like when I'm washing my hair with the water, I could see all the hair going in. It's terrible. It's terrible. When I brush my hair, it's all over the floor, and it just comes out everywhere.
I pulled a rat out of the drain.
Yeah, my husband, Jason, cleaned the drain out from the tub, and he said he got scared. It was like the size of a rat. All the hair that was going down there between me and Jack, Jack's hair too. But it was so, like, I've just noticed it, like with the dry skin and the losing of the hair, and I haven't gotten my period in 3 months, so I think that this might be menopause. Okay. Yeah, so I've been slightly little, I could be a little nastier than usual too with certain things. So I think, my mood and everything, I really think it's menopause. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yes.
And Jason says yes. And I don't know how long it lasts neither, but all these changes in my, I don't like it. The dry skin, especially, it's like what the fuck, like what's going on? And then losing my hair, and I'm like, geez, I can't lose all my hair, but you know what? That's part of life, right? It's part of life. So baby talks. We have Jack here in his pretty bamboo Upton gown, and these are really cute. Again, they don't have many colors. I almost got the purple one, but then I'm like, no, for a boy, no, I'm not gonna get purple. Even though I think purple is cute on a boy, but I was like, no, I don't know. So I kept this one. I actually wound up returning. If you guys watched my last video, I showed you an Upton gown that was like a very, like, light tan kind of color, and I was like, I wasn't sure if I was liking that anymore because it kind of just made the babies look bland. It didn't add anything to them, it just kind of was like, it's like you threw something on and that, call it a day. Didn't like it, so I returned it, and the return window for that was still open. I had the packaging and everything, so I returned that. So what I did was I returned that, and I was able to grab a couple of other things that were on sale. So I just placed the order and they should be here tomorrow or Wednesday, and I'll show you guys. But I looked and looked and looked, and I wasn't sure like what I wanted to add to their wardrobe, because right now it consists of mostly gowns and then a couple of sleepers, like the fleece ones. So I have some stuff in my Carter's cart. And I can't get that right now. If the sales are still available, by the time I can get it, then I will. Because I found a couple of cute sleepers, you wouldn't find in the store. And, I seem to be buying things in fours because I have four of the boys, so I want them each to have, a new outfit. So I found, after looking and looking and kind of doing like a price comparison to like similar items, so I went with Baby Gap pants. And it comes in a 3-pack of pants. They're ribbed material. I went with 0 to 3 months because I'm not sure about them because they look more like a fitted, like legging, like not a legging, but like a lounge pant that's like fitted. So it came in a 3-pack of navy, a light gray, and blue, a really pretty blue. So for $6.61, I got 3 pairs of pants. So I was like, okay, that's a really good deal. Now they did have the exact brand Baby Gap matching long sleeve onesies that were the ribbed. It was the same color, same style, same material, everything. But they were 18 and change for the 3. So I was like, that's really not a deal then, because if you're having to spend almost $20 just for the onesies to match, it becomes like not a great deal for the pants anymore. I mean, that's my opinion. I don't know. That's just how I think, right? So then it becomes more for the complete outfit to me, because if you're spending $7 on the pants for all 3, but then you got to spend $20 for the 3 shirts, then you know what I'm saying? Like each outfit doesn't. I don't know. That's me. That's my brain. Anyway, so I continued to look and I found Carter's, Simple Joys Carter's. I found long sleeve onesies in a 5-pack. So now the 5-pack, all the colors that are in the 5-pack, I can mix and match with the 3 colors of the pants. So, and they are patterned. So whereas the Baby Gap was just the straight color, it was color on color, these have more of a pattern to them. So there's like a little, I don't know the exact, planes. That's the one that I picked, the like aviator set or whatever. It had like the little helicopters on one and then little planes on the other. And then it had little, I think one had little doggies on it, which I'm okay with that. Because the print was very little and it wasn't like, exaggerated. It was, the colors were nice, they matched the pants very well. So I went with that. So I figured this way I could do a little mix and match. Yes, it's only 3 pants, but I got the 5 shirts, so I can switch, as I go. And I could always pick up more pants. Now, I do have in my cart from Gymboree, they have the 2-pack of the pants. In one color is blue and the other is a blue stripe, which would also match within the set that I got for the shirts. So right now they're on sale for I think $11, I want to say. Can't get them yet, but we'll see. We'll see if they stay on sale. So for now, I also got blankets, muslin blankets. So there's also a sale on these. So if anybody's interested, just email me or comment below if you're interested in like the muslin blankets on sale or the Gap pants or whatever. Just please comment or email me and I'll give you the link or I'll, tell you where to go. They had these blankets. I got a set of 3 for $15. They also have different colors, different patterns for girls and boys that range from like $13 to $17 on sale. So I got mine for $15 for 3 of them. And the colors are like a beige, a light blue, and then more of the blue of the kind of blue that's in the pants that I got. So it's very matching, so I could like have the blanket around them with the new outfit and just, make a cute little setup, So if you're interested in that, let me know, because I almost got the green one too, because the green had like a light green, a sage green, and then it had a print of green leaves. And I'm not really, you guys know that I'm not really a big fan of fall for personal reasons, but I did actually like this blanket because it was just green leaves. Like green leaves I could deal with. It's when it gets to the fall and the leaves change color to orange and red and all that I don't like. And the yellow, I don't like that. But the green leaves, that's fine. There's actually a copper pearl gown that I've been eyeing to see when it goes on sale. Because I know eventually it will. All copper pearl gowns eventually will go on sale, but you just have to be there at the right time, because if they do have a sale, it's usually pretty quick. But they have one with it's a white background that has the green vines on it or leaves. That's cute. That's cute. Green leaves are okay. So we're going to stick with green leaves for the fall. We're not going to change over. Once they change over to orange and yellow and all that, nope. I don't want to see them. I don't want to look at them. Don't want to hear about them. Don't want my kids to bring them home. I hope nobody has to do a leaf project this year, because I know that last year I think Jack had to do a leaf project. Jack, did you?
I think so.
Oh, I thought he was in the kitchen. Wait, did he do a leaf project last year, or was it you? Somebody did a leaf project.
I did, but I did it at school.
No, Jack did. I think because Jack came home and was looking for leaves out here. But I remember doing a leaf project in school. I remember it very clearly, actually. I remember my mom coming out with me to the front yard, and we had many trees in our yard, different trees. I remember we had 2 big maple trees, one on the side towards the back of the house, and there was one in the front. We had 2 giant big pine trees in the front of the house. And then we had a cherry blossom tree in the back by the garden. And that was the one we liked to swing on. And we did have a tire swing on one of the maple trees as well. But so we were able to go around the yard and pick all these different leaves and stuff for my project. And I remember getting that binder that has the clear, like a photo album almost. But it's then you put the leaves in it and you cover it with the plastic so it keeps them in there, dries them out or whatever. And then, I had to make little index cards to say what it was and a little bit about the leaf or the tree or whatever, what have you. Wasn't my best project, or wasn't my most fun, I'll say. We also did this, I remember, I think it was 6th grade, where you had to make up, in other words, it was a fake mall type thing, and each person had a store in the mall, and you had to make up your own booth and your own items that you were selling. So I think it was a poster booth. And then I made up all these posters. I remember my mother going out and buying me these sheets of poster boards, or all different colors, and sparkles and glitter and markers and all kinds of stuff, and little jewel things. And I would sit there and we were cutting out, we made half size kind of posters, and I designed them all and everything. And then I wish I remembered the name of my store. It was something Glitterama maybe, or something like Posterama. So I don't know, I forgot. But it was really cool. And people come around, and then I was able to go around to the other stores and see what they made, see what they got. I don't think anything was real money. I think we used, everybody got a certain amount of coins maybe, or tokens, something like that. That you go around, and if you want to purchase one of somebody's items, you give them a coin. And then when the project was over, that day or whatever, I think it was a 2-day thing. And then the teacher counted up all the coins that each person had gotten. And the one with the most coins won a ticket to I think Pizza Hut or something like that. A free family meal at Pizza Hut, I don't know what it was worth, but a couple of pizza pies and stuff like that. I don't know, back then, who knows what it cost, not like today, but so that's what they would win, whoever, got the most. And then there was a 2nd place and a 3rd place prize, but it was really fun, that's actually something we could do here. Maybe make our own little stands and little things. I mean, Danny's always making things every single day. He just made this, he has headphones on, but he just made today. I mean, Jason has to do all the hot gluing because Danny can't use a hot glue gun, but they made they printed out this picture, a flat picture of this character he likes from what is it? F and F? Friday Night Funkins. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it, but listen, it drives me cuckoo. Okay, drives everybody cuckoo, because what is it, Funkin' Fridays? Come on, don't laugh. Is it Funkin' Friday? Not Funkins. Why are you laughing? Because I say Funkins? Funkins Friday, okay?
No.
And they Friday night at the Funkin. Stop it. Friday night at Pumpkins? Friday night at the Funkin. Okay, it's FNF. That's all I know, okay? The idea of this show or game, whatever the heck it is
It's bad.
no, it's not bad.
It is.
It's a beat game. Okay, a beat game. There are no words.
Not
It
my
is
favorite.
just and he will sing that for hours. Hours. And we're like, Danny, go in your room, go sing it in your room. And hit
No.
12 days, guys. Instead of the 12 days of Christmas, it's the 12 days to
Of slowness.
mom's peace and relaxation, because we got 12 days until school starts, okay? 12 days. Remember that.
12 days.
Because I put it all over the calendar. I put school's back in, woohoo! Because that's how I'm going to feel that day. Relax, woohoo. And you're going to know it because I'm going to do a video that day as soon as they go back to school. Now, so he does that with the FNF, okay? And he built the main character out of paper, printed colored paper. And he built it because they're box figures. Are they box figures? Are they box figures normally, Ethan? Are they like in the regular show or whatever it is? Are they box figures, or are they like like what do they look like? Like Ragatha or like?
Short humans.
So they're like little boxes. Are they like Minecraft? They're not like Minecraft, Steve? Okay.
I'll show you.
So they're whatever. He made a little box figure, but he did it so precise and it looks so cool. Like really cool. He's been making all these plushy things. Like he's gotten really good over the summer. So it's keeping him busy, and as long as he has his arts and crafts, we're good.
Who's it, Rod?
Oh, here, let me see. Is Dad's phone clean? Because I don't. There. I don't know if you guys could see him. There he is. Okay, that's him. So he built him. Oh wait, there's girlfriend. And he has a girlfriend. That's not such a great picture. That looks like they're doing the nasty. Where's here's girlfriend.
They do the nasty.
No, all right. Here's girlfriend. And so he tries to sing to her. I think, right? He tries to sing to her to win her love. I don't know, something. We were watching something last night of actual people that remade the game or whatever. We were watching it last night. But it's real people. It was real people like trying, like she's sitting on the stereo on the beatbox, and he's beating, going that whole thing. I don't understand it. I never will. I don't want to. Don't care. Okay? I don't care. As long as there's no blood, guts, and guns,
Well,
whatever. Okay?
there is.
No, there's not.
There's guns and knives and stuff
In where?
in FNF.
Well, not that I've seen. Not that I've seen. Anyway. So, first of all, I want to say that every game that is out, okay, even it could be Mickey Mouse, okay? And if you search on a search engine for these things, people have done nasty fucking things with these characters, and it's sickening. They've done it with Disney characters, they've done it with Tinkerbell, with Winnie the Pooh. They've done crazy stuff. Okay, so if you search for these things, or if your kids search for them, please be careful and watch what they're searching for, because I'm telling you, you can Google anything. You could, like I said, you could Google Mickey Mouse Funhouse. And yes, it will initially come up okay as Mickey Mouse, but as you keep going down that page, Mickey Mouse is going to be in positions that he shouldn't be with Minnie. Okay? I mean, there's crazy stuff. And don't you dare go looking for shit.
I'm not gonna.
It's crazy what these people do and mix up with these innocent Disney characters and other characters. It's sickening. It really is. So you have to be careful when they're doing a regular broad search of something. Listen, the internet is getting whacked. Like it's seriously, yeah. It's just like it's like enough is enough, people, right? And then even Instagram, my God, I was looking this morning and I'm like, why? Like, some of these things that people post, I don't know if they actually think that they look good, or that they are doing something good, or like that. I don't know why they do it, or maybe they do it purposely to get views because it's like crazy. But like this one woman, okay, for example, this one woman I came across, she was it said making breakfast for my 7 kids single mother stay at home mom. Okay, first of all, I never understood what those letters meant until like yesterday.
What?
SAHM, stay at home mom. Okay, those letters come across. I'm like, what the hell does Sam H? What the hell is this? Who's he? You know? And then it kept coming up, and I'm like, what the fuck? So she posted that she's making breakfast for her children, which is great. That's a great thing, right? Making breakfast for your children, right?
No.
Taking care of your kids, right?
No.
But when you look around at her kitchen where she's cooking and stuff, like, listen, I'm not judging how I don't want to come across like, oh, well, I think, my shit don't stink. That's not what I mean. The kitchen it's obvious that it's filth. Okay, there was like brown crud all over the side of where she was cooking. The side of the refrigerator was covered in just shit, grease and dirt. Like, it was not a sanitary place to even cook. And then, not for nothing, but there was bugs crawling around the back. Even one got in the pan and she like smashed it away. Like, okay, now I understand certain people are in certain living conditions that they can't, that's out of their control. Maybe the landlord's not helping or what have you. Okay, so the bugs, I'm not going to say, because that, I understand could be an issue for people that's out of control. That's out of your hands. You do the best you can to get rid of them, and sometimes bugs just stick around, okay? But there's no excuse for not cleaning that side of that refrigerator, scrubbing your stove and your counters before you do a video, okay? Like, what my point is, why would you want people to see that that's how you live? It just got to me. It's like, why? So then I'm coming across other things of just people that are just doing dumb shit, like stuff that is like just crazy. Like, why would you want to embarrass yourself like that? Like, there's just things that are to me are just cuckoo. But people watch them, and it to me, it's like that's what we've evolved to, is watching these crazy just not normal posts of people doing shit. And it's like, you can't help but come across it, because if you're scrolling, anything comes up, so it's not like I'm searching for these things, but if you go on your feed, they pop up, and then I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? It's crazy, guys. It's getting, I feel it's crazy. I feel that, I was just sitting thinking the other day of how different things were before all these electronics came out, before the phones. I mean, even if they had just left it at phones, like phones to call people, like the first cell phones, like flip phones, things you couldn't really search on an internet or anything like that. You just call people, you say hello, how you doing, maybe do a text message, but that's it. There was no like looking at things and look that. Okay, I could see that would be good. But if we had stopped there, people would still know how to interact correctly.
But then you wouldn't be able to make your videos.
Like, okay, but still. But it would be, I'm saying, like especially for younger kids, there's like, I feel like, this generation of teenagers, they really don't know what to say to people, or how to say things to people, or just interact. Like, they would rather have their face in a phone, a VR, a laptop, rather than go interact with other people, meet new friends, and do things outside the house. I was telling my kids we were always outside in the stream, catching frogs and, just running down the street, hosing each other or drinking from the hose or, we would go into other people's backyards. We would play ding dong ditch, and run away. We would jump in other people's pools until they came outside, and then we would run. I mean, we would hang out at a friend's house that their mom wasn't there. We would just hang out because she worked. She was a single mom. She worked all the time. We would just hang out at the house. And there would be crowds of people. Bring your own lawn chair, and just hang out and just talk. Go in the pool and just do kid things. Of course, that was the teenage years, but still, yeah, I would say, no, not even. I would say like 12, 13. Yeah. But, it was just, I feel like it was a time to embrace and like really get to know people and get to know how you interact with people. And I fear that for my kids, like that they don't. Ethan is more outgoing. Ethan will talk to other kids, and Ethan, but he also gets a lot of, you know, gets a lot of shit, from other kids, which I hope that doesn't happen this year because he is going into high school. So I have a feeling I'm going to be close with that principal because I haven't really talked to that principal because Jack really doesn't, Jack never had any issues in school. I think Jack is really quiet into himself and he just goes along the day, does what he has to do because he has to be there, with a smile, and, that's it. He doesn't really interact with anyone. He has a couple friends at school, but he doesn't, like, cause problems, and if somebody says something to him, he's not the type to say something back. He'll just take it, and that's it. But he hasn't said anything to me, and he promised me that nobody bullied him. No, none of this. I don't know if he's just saying that because he knows how I am, and he knows that I'll be on the phone with that principal, and I'll go down to the school if I got to, but maybe he's not telling me for that reason. I don't know, because he knows Mom, but Ethan will tell me, and I told Ethan, don't make me go way down by that bus this year, because I will. And you have to be careful, obviously, how you react to these things, right? Because you can't just go do what you'd like to do, what you'd like to say, and you have to be careful. You have to be. Now, sometimes, I've talked to the parents of some of these kids, and sometimes they're nice, and then it'll happen again, and then you're like, what the fuck, and then other times they just don't want to talk to you at all. They're like, oh, let the kids and then that pisses me off. Okay, that pisses me off. Then it's like, well, then they get what they get, and don't get upset. And I've always told my kids, hey, you don't hit first. You do not hit first. Words are different than fists. And I told them, if somebody lays their hand on you, I am giving you the permission to hit them back. Okay? If somebody is putting their hands on you first, and Danny's like, Mommy, no, we get in trouble at school. They tell us not to do that. They say that if somebody hits us, to just come and tell them. Yeah, you've done that how many times now, and what actually has happened to the person putting their hands on you and kicking you? Because Danny did get kicked last year too. What is happening to that kid? Now they're telling me, the principal, that they cannot disclose that information to me. They cannot tell me who it is. They cannot tell me what kind of punishment the kid got. Come on. Okay? So if I don't know, then how do I know you're taking care of anything? Okay? I told you my psychiatrist printed out a bunch of paperwork for me to fax over to the school, that I forgot what it's called. Something for bullying, where a legality type thing, that every time somebody does put his hands on Danny, he has to write it out and fill it out, all that information. And when it gets to a certain point, I'm allowed to bring him to court to sue the school. Because you cannot allow kids to just put their hands on other kids and not have an obligation to say, they call me 1,000 times. I can't tell you how many times I've spoken on the phone to the principal, assistant principal, counselors, everything. And I always get the same runaround crap. And I'm not doing it again this year. So let's hope that it all goes smooth this year for everyone. Because I need some peace, not more stress. And I just, I'm Mama Bear and I protect my cubs. And if anything happens this year, because I've already had it with the past years, I tried to allow the school to handle it their way, because that's what they asked of me to do. Because last time I said, okay, I'm going to come down there to the office, and he actually told me, no, it's okay, we're going to handle it from here. You don't need to come down, blah, blah, blah. Let's see what happens this year. I'm just going to say that, okay? Because, like I said, it's not okay. And you could already see it gets my blood boiling because how could you, it's like sitting there, and just, having, it is, school is kind of like that these days. You feel like, yes, they're learning, yes, they're doing things, but you also feel like you're throwing them into the lion's den, right? Like you're throwing them into the lion's den. It's like, here you go, whatever happens, happens, see you later. And then if they defend themselves, then they get frowned upon if they defend themselves. And that's not right. That is not right at all. I was brought up that way. Look, and it's the truth. And if anything, if nothing else, besides good artichokes and mushrooms, if nothing else, my mom taught me that. She taught me how to fight, and she taught me the right things to do. Okay, and the number one rule is you don't put your hands on somebody first. But if they fucking touch you, you have every right to stick up for yourself and defend yourself. Okay? So, we're going to leave it at that. We're going to leave it at that. Anyway, so back to baby news, right? So, guys, I keep looking. If you hear, I'm waiting for Amazon. So if you hear a loud knock, because I still have that thing on my door that says knock hard. So if you hear that, that's just Amazon with more Christmas presents for Christina. I've been going a little cuckoo crazy. Since me and Christina have agreed to do a Christmas exchange box, I've been going a little cuckoo. I will say. I've been going a little cuckoo because it's exciting. It's exciting. And when I see these things that I know she'll love and like I can get them on sale, like now, I'm grabbing them. Okay, so I already sent a couple things to her house. I know, Christina, I'm nuts. I'm cuckoo. I already sent a couple things to her house. Now I have a couple things more coming today, and then Thursday I have the other batch. So, I'm putting it all in her Santa sack. She has her own little Santa sack that I'm just putting everything in. But I gotta try and slow down with that because I do want to add more. As the holidays approach, new stuff comes out, and so I don't want to But anyway, so I've been looking for it's so hard. I'm still looking for a sculpt that looks like Ethan. It is so damn hard. Like, I thought I had two, and then I'm like, no, the nose isn't right on that one. And then I thought the other one, the lips didn't look correct. So, and that one sold out anyway. Jenny, it was going to be Jenny asleep. But I was like, no. And then the first one I looked at was Max, I think it's by Laura Lee Eagles. I think. And then I'm like, no, it doesn't look right. So I do have another one that I think looks very close. So we're going to see how that works out. I'm just so excited about Christmas shopping that it's like, do I want to put that, I don't know, cost in my, you know what I'm saying? Because the cost of the kit that I found is $120. It's a McPherson kit. And then I got to pay, another $350 about. So it's like, do I want to do that, now? Or should I wait until like November to do that, since it's and I could just start my Christmas shopping now in September, October, and get some things out of the way. I don't know how I want to do this, guys. I think last year I got the doll too early, and then I wound up opening it early, and then I wound up getting a second doll is what happened. I wound up getting a second one to open Christmas. So I can't do that this year. I just can't. Not without selling one. And as of now, there's no way. Because my babies, let me tell you. Well, obviously Jack is forever baby, no doubt. So this is Jack, done by Anna at Ling's Reborn Nursery. And he is the Lenia kit by Elisa Marks. So we're going to put him over here. And I am going to grab Dominic. So this is Dominic. And he is the Sam kit. And he was also painted by Anna over at Ling Reborn Nursery. My #1 artist. I love her so much. She does such gorgeous work on her babies. Look at that hair. So this is Dominic, and he is a memorial of my brother, Johnny. So his name is Dominic Giovan. And I say it like that, Giovan, because that's how they used to call him, Giovan. So I leave the I out. So yeah, so this is Dominic. I'm going to hold each baby in this video today so you can see all 4 of my boys. So this is #2, Dominic, and I almost didn't keep his name Dominic at first, but then Christina was like, I wanted to sing to him at Christmas time. So, you know what? The name fits him anyway. And I was, at first, what the heck did I try and name him at first? It was Love or something. Love Atlas is what it was. Love Atlas. And I had just watched that movie. I forgot what movie it was because that's how stupid it was. With Blake Lively, and she was in like an abusive marriage or relationship, and then she had a daughter, Lily, I don't know, but one of the guys' names, the good guy, was named Atlas. So that's where I got that from. And Love is actually from another series, but it was a girl. But anyway, I thought it sounded good together, Love Atlas. And it was kind of like Love at Last. So it was like, because it's a memorial for my brother, which I still think the name is cool, and it's very different. But it just didn't work for me in my collection. So that's when I picked a different name for him. And I think I was originally just going to call him Johnny. But then I was like, oh, that's too, I can't do that, So then I went back to Dominic and just gave him the middle name Giovan. So it sounds really good together, Dominic Giovan. And it sounds very Italian. So I think that, this works for him. And I was calling him Sam, too, for a while. And I was like, no, I don't want to call him Sam, So now he has to me, his head seems smaller. I've had so many Sams, okay? As you all know, if you follow me, you know that I have had Sam after Sam after Sam after Sam. Over the past 5 years, I've had Sam. Okay, that's how my collection started, was with a Sam. Okay, I'm not going to go over the whole thing again. But started with a Sam, me seeing a Sam on Mercari, and I couldn't believe it. Looked like my brother. I was just shocked. I never collected a Reborn before that. I was shocked. And almost got him. Missed out on that one. But the seller connected me with the original artist that made that one. And that is this. That is Anna. So I got the one I needed, painted by the artist that I seen it at first. So I finally got him. I did have him twice by another artist, Megan at Doodlehead Nursery, and she created him amazing. I loved him. I loved her hair painting, loved the doll. But on the second one, I was going to keep him. But the second one that she made, I had him on a cuddle body. Everything was great. But I felt that his eyelashes were uneven. And so, yes, I did. I decided to trim them. I don't know what happened, but now she used more of a blonde. I want to say she used mohair in hers, because it wasn't like this. It was more of like a soft kind of feathery look. And so I went to cut them, and I cut them way too short, and it totally changed the look of the doll for me. And I was like crying because I fucked up. I made a mistake. I was like, oh no, 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 no. What am I gonna do? Um, so ultimately, I lost the bond with the baby and he had to go. So there is a little tip for you guys, because eyelashes make a world of difference in these dolls. They really do. They could, change the entire look. So if you guys are thinking, hey, let me just snip a little here like I did with Gracie May. And I know Christina was screaming through the camera, screaming through the phone when I said I was just gonna do a trim here, but I was very careful. I used the correct scissors on the Sam that I had. I didn't use those tiny scissors. I used like a full scissor, and I think that's where I made my mistake too. But I did good on Gracie May. I just evened out a little bit, and she was like, no, it's okay, Christina. Worked out good. So yeah, just be careful, guys, if you decide to trim your lashes yourself, because it could totally change the look of the baby. Totally. Okay, so let's go to the next baby. So guys, the kids were supposed to go to the pool. Got them all ready. Jason was ready. He's like, okay, I'm going to take them out to the pool so you could do your video in peace. It's like 100 degrees today. I cannot wait for fall weather. I'm wearing a sweater because they have the AC full blast in here. So, it's cold in the room. But outside, when you open the door, oh my God, the heat is just crazy. But, so they were supposed to go to the pool. They got down there and it said pool closed. Man, I'm telling you, I would not go in that pool. Okay, because I could just think of the nasty shit that goes on in that pool. They have closed it so many times this summer. So many times. Excuse me. So many times they've closed it. And I'm like, why? They give you different excuses, But it's like, and Jason's like, well, they have to clean it. They have to clean the pool. Yeah, okay, but they should clean the pool after hours or before hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't close the pool all day to clean it and then open it, and then you got to clean it again. You close it. No. Okay, no. So, I don't know. That was that. Let me see. Is there anything I have to show you guys? No, I thought there might have been something. Okay, so let's go over here to... Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had to lean all the way over there. I have the Moses basket on this side. I really want to get a mini crib. I'm itching for a mini crib. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. So here is Daniel Tiger. And he looks like a little tiger, doesn't he? Like a little tiger. He is so sweet. He really is sweet. I think this is one of those, honestly, this is one of those kits where you have to see it in person to truly appreciate the art on this one. Because I feel a lot of times in pictures and videos, the doll doesn't come across as well as it does in person. At least that's what I've learned, because like I said, before I got him, I've seen many Gracie Mays that to me did not look good. And my apologies to anybody that has one, but they didn't. I'm not saying that it's anybody I know, neither. I'm just saying that the ones I've come across on YouTube or Instagram, whatever, they just don't look right to me. So that's why I had avoided getting one. I was like, that's not for me. It's not even a sculpt that I even thought of getting, that I even was looking for, or said, oh, let me look for this. Let me look for a Gracie May. Let me see. No, that's not how this happened here. I was just looking on reborns.com as usual, and this baby popped up, and it was dressed as a girl. And I didn't even realize the sculpt when I seen it. That's how well this baby is painted. Okay? I did not even realize it was a Gracie May. I thought it was Odessa because that's the one I had been looking for Ethan, my other son, as a baby. So I thought it was Odessa. So I clicked on it, and then, I looked through the pictures before I read the description. I'm like, oh, the baby's so cute. It's perfect. Just what I wanted. And after I started looking at baby pictures and comparing, it actually turned out to look more like Daniel than Ethan. So it looks like 90% like him. I have pictures of him in the OR, when they took him out. And let me tell you, it looks so much like him. So much like him. But anyway, so then I read the description. I'm like, Gracie May? I'm like, no, this is not Gracie May. I really thought it was Odessa. So, there was nothing I could do at that point. It looked so much like him. I'm like, okay, I'll deal with it. And luckily, Lori Neal put a hold on him for me and sent him as a boy. And he's so well done. He's textured, like his varnish, like is a slight texture, which I love. The hair, like I thought, nobody could do hair better than Anna, but this hair got me too because she photographed the hair like just like this, and it's like when I seen the pictures, it was like you could just reach out and like touch the hair. That's how realistic I feel. Look at that. It's almost like a 3D kind of painting here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it looks like, like these darker strands you can just like brush. And that's how I felt when I seen it. It just looks like the darker strands, it's like you could just touch and run your fingers through or brush it, but without the hassle because it's painted. But it just looks so real. And this face, oh my God. He's just painted beautifully. Really beautiful. Hi, aunties. Just really, really handsome. Really beautiful. So, he is wearing his Carter's teddy bear sleeper fleece. And I love the fleece sleepers during the colder months, but it is pretty cold in here, like I said, with the AC, so it'll do. And as of now, they each have 2 outfits. So it's what they're wearing, the 4 outfits they have on, and then there's 4 in the drawer right now. So they each got 2, which is good. It's decent, it's decent. And then like I said, I ordered the pack of 5 onesies and then the 3 pair of pants. So they'll have mix and match. And then I could always buy another couple pairs of pants, which that's not a good idea. I mean, I do have the Gymboree blue ones in the cart that will match, but I don't know. We'll see. It's not like a desperate need for them right now. They're good with their outfits. And like I said, I do have a couple other things in the Carter's cart that if the sale continues, when I can get it, I got 2 sleepers in different prints like this, and then I got 2 onesies and socks, like chenille blue socks, and 2 pairs of pants, I think, for like $38. So if it continues, if the sale stays, then definitely, I'll get that when I can, but probably won't still be there, September 1st. I doubt it. I think it's more of like a back to school sale type thing. But we'll see, see how it goes. What happened was I was going to order them, and I had returned a few things at Amazon that I didn't need anymore, and they were supposed to put, the way I did the tickets, the return tickets, they were supposed to put 2 of the items, the money, back onto my card. And then I knew I had to because I had to switch sizes for Ethan with the sneakers. They were a little too big. So that I already knew that I just needed to switch out the size. So that I knew for sure I could get Amazon credit because I was buying the same shoe. So they did that. but they also put the 2 other items on an Amazon credit instead of putting it on my credit card. You know, because I was going to use that money to do the Carter's order. So instead, that's why I had to pick something from Amazon. So it's fine. You know, whatever. It's meant to be that way, I guess, you know. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. That's how I am these days, you know. What's meant to be is meant to be. And what's not is not. And you can't, you know. Anyway, so this is Daniel Tiger. And we are going to now show you my last baby boy. So let me put him down over here and let me get the other guy. And here he is, my Tommy boy, my little Tommy boy. I love Tommy so much. I really didn't, honestly, when I did, he's wearing his Carter's cookies and milk fleece sleeper with his brown mittens and his brown Kate Quinn elf hat. Honestly, when I first got Tommy, I wasn't sure that I would keep him. Honestly, I wasn't sure. I thought he was one of those ones that were going to go quick. Just because he didn't have the look that I usually go for in a baby, and he looked to me very different than in his picture. And he was an impulse buy. You know, it wasn't a custom. Anna had made him and asked me, do you want him? And I said yes, you know, with no hesitation. Again, I had been looking at the Marnie kit for a couple months before, but nothing was definite that I was going to get one. And when she had made him, I was surprised that it was Marnie, you know, because I had wanted one. So I said yes right away, you know, paid her right away, and she shipped him right away, and that was it. So he was kind of like a surprise to me, and it wasn't what I was expecting. So at first I was like, but as I held him and named him, I mean, that always helps when you give them a name right away, you know, when you know what they look like. I mean, it wasn't right away, it was in a couple days, you know, but that's right away for me. He's just so peaceful looking, right? He's just so like, serene. It's very peaceful, you know. He has just a regular, just like calming tone to his face. So my shoulders hurting me. He's very, very cute. His ears, I'll tell you, are like one of a kind. I have not seen ears like that. They remind me of little elf ears. The hair is painted beautifully, just how I would ask her to paint one of my dolls if it was custom. The redness of the cheeks, I love that. The rash. The only thing that I wouldn't have requested on a custom is like this here, this spot. I don't usually like that on the babies. You know, maybe a little rash on the cheeks or the chin, or even a rash up here somewhere. But I don't like a dot like that. I know a lot of people like that. I think they call it a stork bite or something. I don't know. All my kids were C-section, so I didn't push nothing out. So I don't know. I mean, in person, it looks really red on camera. Somebody else had said that. I forgot that. You know, those spots that are on the babies, they tend to look a lot more red on camera than they do in person. Because if I'm looking at him here, it looks just like, you know, a little eczema or something. It's not bright or nothing. But Tommy is definitely a keeper. He's a heavy guy. He's over 7 pounds, and he's a big guy. He's a big guy. He's not as big as Landon. The Landon kit that I had that now belongs to Alicia over at Padme Padawan. And the power of the Ewok has given me the insight to say it correctly. So we're going to bring him over here. Okay, here's the Ewok. Hi, everybody. How you doing today? So he has given me the power to say that correctly. But anyway, so what was I saying? Baby Tommy. Oh, so he's big, but he's not as big as Landon. Landon was such a sweetheart. He was the sleeping one. The sleeping one. He was definitely a meatball. I would call him a meatball. He was so chunky and heavy and big and really cute baby. And I'm glad that Alicia has him. So this is baby Tommy over here. So he's gonna get ready for Thanksgiving. I mean, he could wear this for Thanksgiving. I mean, he has the brown mitts, the brown hat. He looks like a turkey, right? He looks kind of like a turkey. Speaking of turkey, let me tell you about this. Go over there, Padme. So we are doing. Last week I bought that little 3-pound Butterball boneless turkey breast, and I froze it. So we took it out 2 days ago. It's fully thawed. We're making a mini Thanksgiving dinner tonight. It's going to be so yummy. I can't wait. So we're making a little turkey, and I have cranberry sauce and stuffing, and we're going to make some mashed potatoes, and we're going to have our own little mini Thanksgiving dinner. So I cannot wait for that. I love that. And that also puts you in the mood, right? Because as it's getting closer, even though it's hot out today, as it's getting closer, the kids are going back to school. I know some kids have already went to school. That's wonderful. Good for you. But I'm assuming your kids got let out sooner in the summer than mine did. So they go to school 2 weeks in June, then they go on summer break. So maybe your kids got off summer beginning of June or end of May, something like that. But anyway, I am so happy that they're going back in 12 days. I'll be able to relax and just do this for 3 hours if I want to. Watch for longer video, guys. So starting in September, I'll give you a little preview here. Starting in September, let me take a drink because my throat is. So starting in September, I'm going to be doing some more themed videos once the kids go back to school and I'm able to actually do it. I want to do some, maybe show you how I decorate around. Now listen, like I said, I don't do a lot of fall decor. So I don't know how much of that I'm going to show you. But once it gets into the Christmas decorating, I was thinking of kind of maybe bringing you around with me as I'm doing the stuff, especially the tree would be nice. I'll just set up on my ring light here, and I'll just get up and, be putting on the ornaments and stuff, and just little videos like that. But I also in the fall want to bring more informational videos as far as cooking, fall cooking, since I am a good cook and so is hubby, and just recipes that have been passed down to my mom in case any of you want to try any of them. Stuffed mushrooms, are a favorite of mine. Stuffed artichokes, and I know a lot of people out there haven't even tried an artichoke in their life. They're really good, really good. So I can do maybe just give you ideas and tips for recipes for holiday cooking, for holiday decor, for holiday anything. So my videos are going to be very holiday based. Now listen, they're going to also be full of holiday stories. So as I do these things, I'm going to be telling childhood stories about certain things in my life, certain, holiday things that I remember as I go along. So you just never know what kind of stories are going to come up, but that's how I want my videos to be more themed around. And then of course add the babies in, and if there's anything that I get for the babies or anything like that. But I cannot wait for September, because guys, then after September is October. And then after Halloween, you know what happens. I so wish I can do as I Christmas shop for the kids, I'm going to show you guys things that I get for them. But I wish I could show you the stuff I'm getting for Christina, but I can't. I can't because she'll see it. But I wish I could do something like that. Maybe I could, as I'm wrapping her stuff, maybe do a wrapping video. that's not going to be till like October or something. But once I do the wrapping video, maybe just tell her not to watch that video, but I don't know if Christina could do that. We'll see. But just a lot of fun, interactive things coming up. Not just, I don't want to, listen, I feel like how do I put it? I'm like so over everything that I'm happy, and I was just gonna say something, but I held back. I held back because I want this moving forward to be done with, and it is. It's done. With whatever happened has happened. I actually listened to a podcast this morning of a very, very smart woman, and I took her advice, and it's true. Nobody can change the past. Nobody can change the past. Nobody can change what happened. And so the only thing to do is to forgive and move on. And I just want to say that I have truly in my heart forgiven everybody that was involved in that craziness. And, I'm doing that for me because I have to forgive. I've forgiven myself. I've forgiven everybody else. And it's done. It happened. It's in the past. Can't change it. All you could do is move forward. And so there's no point in keep what I'm saying, just talking about other things and other things, just it's done. It's done. And so that was great advice this morning, and I'm actually taking it because it's the truth. It really is the truth. And I think the longer you, because you can't change the past, the longer you think about the past, the more your mind goes to it and thinks about every little thing and how every little thing happened and how it could have been different, how it could have been changed, and what I could have changed. It's just very intertwined. It's very difficult to think about all that, and so can't change it. Got to move forward. Got to move on, and that's what I'm doing. So I hope everybody will stick around for my videos coming up. I was thinking of maybe doing like one more family video, because once the kids go back to school, that's not going to really happen. It could on the week. I don't really do weekend videos once they're in school because I do them all week long. And then I have to spend time with Danny and stuff on the weekends. So, yeah, I'm going to think of something that we could do. Maybe more singing. I know you guys enjoyed the nursery rhyme singing. And just some other things, with the kids. So I have to think of something, something good, something original. Hey, sometimes it's hard to think of content, and kudos to all the content creators out there, because this shit ain't easy. To some it comes more naturally, I think, the talking part of it. Like, I'm a talker, okay? I'm a talker from New York, all right? I talk. That's what I'm doing all the time, talk. So to me, it may come a little more easily for the words to flow, whereas other people really struggle and have to think of a topic or think of something to do. And that's why some people turn to, the internet or books or whatever to say, okay, this is what I can tell my folks today, and this will be good enough, and that's fine. A lot of people enjoy that as well. But that's not who I am on my channel. I'm more just out there and outspoken and just, cuckoo crazy. And so if you like that kind of content, which I do, just keep on watching, because you never know what'll happen. But I like to talk, and I think it comes a lot easier for me. Whereas, other people, it may take a minute, or they may not have it at all to be able to just come on here and talk. And that is okay. I'm not like digging anybody. That's okay. Like, that's your jam. That's your thing. That's what you enjoy doing. And that's how you enjoy making your videos and your content. And that is wonderful, because not everybody likes the same thing, and that's okay. Not people, not everybody that likes my channel is going to go over to the next channel. Not everybody that's over at that channel is going to like my channel. Maybe they don't like the cursing, and I put in my description, I curse from time to time. That's Sandra. If you don't like it, then take a walk. It's like, if you don't like it, then, you're not going to listen to it, you're not going to watch it, and that pertains to everybody. If you don't like something, why sit there and watch it? I mean, you're wasting your time, and for what? So, I've also learned that too. Don't watch videos of people that you don't like. I stopped doing that because I think it creates more frustration, and more misunderstandings, because your view is different on things than theirs is. And so then you start thinking again and going back in time and back to the past, and that's not what I want to do. I want to stay present in the future, move along, can't change it. I'm at peace. I'm at peace with it. So to each their own. What is that saying that I like to say? You could be the sweetest peach on the tree, but not everybody likes peaches. So you got to remember that. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. All right. Not everybody is going to like, the kind of content that I put out, and that's okay. And not everybody's going to like the next person's content. So that's why we're so unique and individual, and everybody is different, and you're your own person. You make videos and put out the way you can, the way you are able to, and that's what makes every channel unique. Some people only make videos once a month. Some people make them every 3 months. Some people make them every day. Some people do twice a day videos, I know Becca does a lot of videos. Can't keep up sometimes. But my point is that shit happens. Don't dwell on it, because it'll only bring you to a dark place. Move forward. Be happy. Be peaceful. Enjoy your babies. Love your babies. Get new things for your babies. Holiday time is coming up. Go shopping. Go buy yourself something. Go buy something for a loved one. Go buy something for your babies. Go do something. Go buy a hot dog. Go get some coffee at Starbucks or wherever you go. I would love some Starbucks. And I heard that they're already putting out their pumpkin stuff. I can deal with a little bit of pumpkin, like I told you guys before. I could deal with a pumpkin latte or some pumpkin coffee, pumpkin Febreze, pumpkin wax melts. My husband gets so sick of it. By the time October, he's like, stop, because I'll buy it in September if it's out. And then he's like, stop with the pumpkins. He can't take it anymore. He loves making pumpkin bread, though, and pumpkin muffins. So the kids love it, too. And pumpkin pie, he'll make homemade pumpkin pie. We don't buy the frozen ones. He makes them himself, and it's so good. I wish you could make one to go with our turkey dinner. But pumpkin. And then after pumpkin is pine. So put on my tree. I get the pine Febreze. I get the pine wax melts. Everything. It smells up in here like I'm selling Christmas trees, okay? I'm selling trees. But it's crazy. It really is crazy. How close, when you think about it, when you really think about it, how close Christmas really is. And I wish I had somebody here that could tell me. I know it's not, I mean, I know it's soon. I mean, when I think about it, it's like, to me, it's only 4 more checks to Christmas. So that, to me, that's where the stress comes in, because then I have to, what's it called? Compartmentalize. Compartmentalize. What is that called? Jason's not in here. Hey, Ethan. He probably's not gonna know either. Where's Ethan? Compartmentalize. Hold on, guys. Okay, hubby is saying I said it right, which I didn't think I was. But anyway, you have to you got to budget it. You got to budget it out, right? And say, okay, this is what I'm going to. That's why I'm thinking, okay, so here's the question. Here's the question of the day. okay? Because I do this to myself every year for Christmas, and I'm like, you know, I get so stressed out about it. So Ethan is saying he just wants a laptop. That's all he wants, right? And then for Jack, I'm really thinking of getting him the MetaQuest 2 with the Batman game. Now, this one is a little pricier, but if it's his only thing, I don't mind. So my thing is, do I get the pricier stuff sooner or later? You know what I'm saying? Like, do I get all of the other little stuff, like Danny's presents and, you know, whatever little other things, stocking stuffers and little things? Do I get all that out of the way first and then save the bigger items for like December, to buy them in December? Or like, I know they have a lot of Black Friday deals on electronics. Should I wait for that? You know, or do I get the bigger, pricier items out of the way first and then worry about the smaller things? I don't know which way to go this year. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I think I get too excited about the shopping, and to me, you know, to just open a box with the laptop in it, that's no fun for me. You know? So it's like, I'd rather open box after box of like Danny's toys, you know, things that he wants. Like, oh, how cool, you know, how cool is this? But I think that puts me more in the mood. But I have to remember, it's not even close yet. Well, I say it's close, but you know what I mean? Like, the feeling, the tree's not up yet. I'm not going to be wrapping anything yet. So it's okay to maybe get the laptop first and just stash it away. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So what do you guys do? That's the question of the day. What do you guys do first as far as Christmas gifts for your kids or for anyone? Do you buy the more pricier, expensive items first and get that out of the way? Or do you buy the least expensive items, a bunch, you know, whatever you got to get, the least expensive, and then save the pricier items to buy closer to Christmas? Or do you just mix and match? I can't do that. It's either I got to do one or the other. Now I got to pay Rent-A-Center $125 a month for the fucking bunk beds, which, you know, it pissed me off a little bit. I mean, I'm looking at Walmart afterwards. I mean, I don't have to keep these. I could send them right back. I got a month free, actually, because I paid off my couches. They gave me a month free on anything. So that's why I got the bunk beds. So I haven't paid anything for those yet. And if I don't like it at the end of the month, they'll come pick it up and I'll have to pay nothing. But, so I'm looking at Walmart, and they have nice bunk beds for like $300, but then you gotta buy the mattresses. See, this came with the mattresses, but then you gotta buy the mattresses separate, which would run me at least $100 each mattress. So then it would be $500 up front. You see what I'm saying? To get the frame and the 2 mattresses, it would be $500 up front, but then I wouldn't have a payment every month of $125. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to think, is it worth it? It's just the time of year that it's at now is like, to put that up front, then that's my Christmas money for September. You see what I'm saying? So it kind of, you know, you have to see what's better, you know? So most likely I'll stick with Rent-A-Center, just because it's, you know, the spread out of the payment is easier, even though technically it should be paid then off in 5 months about, but I have to pay for about 2 years. I think it's 18 months or something like that, year and a half. So, I mean, they're making quite a buck on it. But like I said, if you don't have that up front, then you kind of have to stick with what you could do. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, and then and then I was also thinking, I mean, if, you know, I don't know, because they also have like PlayStation 5 and things you could rent there, and they said they have some really great deals for Black Friday at Rent-A-Center. And I mean, you can rent it for a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, and then give it back and you don't owe a thing. But you paid like $300 on an item that you don't have no more. So is it, if push comes to shove and, something happened where I couldn't afford to get them something, I can always fall back on Rent-A-Center and say, okay, I'll take the PlayStation 5 and the games, and it comes with an extra controller. You pay nothing up front. The next month, if you keep it, you pay. Well, no, you would have to pay. But even still, it would be like, I think $100 or something, he said. And on a Black Friday deal, I don't know what they do, but so for $100 for the month, for them to play it for the month of December, I mean, I don't know. If I couldn't, if I couldn't buy anything outright, at least it's something nice to fall back on, just in case, but you don't want to have to do that, but like I said, just in case. So, yes, stay tuned for all kinds of, maybe Jason could even give us some fall recipes for like his pumpkin muffins, or the cinnamon buns, cinnamon rolls, pumpkin pie, anything like that. Maybe like, because the kids will be back at school, Jason could do a video with me here and there. We could do like a fall recipe themed kind of video, and then as we get into the holidays, we can do more holiday stuff. I gotta show you guys how I make my Italian 3-color cookies, so we could do that together, and just other things that people have mentioned before in the past that they'd love to see, or how do you make that, or how, I've never had that before. So we're gonna try and kind of incorporate more family things into the videos as it gets into fall and the holiday season. So that'll be nice, right, babe? So as soon as the kids go back to school, guys, they go back to school, 12 days. I send them off 12 days. So that'd be fun, so this is baby Tommy. He's gonna be Tom the turkey this year, and I didn't get him. What? Yeah, you making it? It's done? Oh. Oh, I'm done. I'm just gonna say goodbye now. I'm done. I think I talked about everything. I showed you all my babies. It's about it. Let's see if we could get everybody in a group shot. Let's see. I don't think so, because they're extremely heavy. Well, we got these two together, at least. These two babies. Two gorgeous babies. There's no way, guys. I was going to try and get everybody together, but there's no way I could get everybody together. They're too heavy. They're too heavy. Oh, my God. I think I must have put more weight into this one. Anyway. All right, guys. I'm going to go. Look, even this is slipping down. All right, let's put him away over here. All right. All right, everybody. Let me just fix myself here. Fix myself. I'm always playing with these chains. I really thought this shirt was going to help me out. It doesn't. I just got to keep pulling it up. But anyway. Okay. So that's it for today, guys. Woohoo! Another video completed. Giving a hand. Round of applause for myself. Can't wait for my mini Thanksgiving dinner tonight. Okay, guys. Oh, I also wanted to mention that I wrote down another person had entered. I wrote your name down for the 80s giveaway. If anybody else is interested in entering, please just comment below and I'll add your name to the list. It is for a 80s giveaway item, $25 value, and we will draw a winner closer to the end of the month, so watch for that. So far we have 14 entries, I think. So if you're interested, it is a smaller giveaway so far, so you have a really great chance of winning. So if you're interested, please let me know. My email is always in the description. If you'd like to email me for any reason at all, please feel free. And I will talk to you guys soon. So don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you next time. And so will everybody else here. I will see you next time on Sandra's Little Meatballs Nursery. I almost said it, guys. I almost said it. I told you he was waiting for it. I told you it's been hard for me sometimes because I'll say my old name and then I'm like, oh shit, now I gotta edit it out. But I almost said it when I said Sandra's, but then I was like, nope, that. I'll see you next time, guys, on Little Meatballs Nursery. And I miss you guys already. Bye-bye. Have a great day. See you later.